Give a little time for the child within you. Don't be afraid to be young and free. Undo the locks and throw away the keys and take off your shoes and socks and run you.
Hello, I'm Jesse Thorn, America's radio sweetheart.
Hi, I'm Jordan Morris, boy detective.
Jordan, I gotta tell you, your hair is more expressive than usual today.
Thank you. Woke up like this, as the current meme says. Woke up like this.
Wait, your shirt is not a Street Fighter shirt?
No.
I now see the C.
This is a wonderful gift, a T-shirt that that encompasses two of my interests. This is Nicolas Cage characters that look like they're in a Street Fighter-like fighting game.
Which Nicolas Cage characters are they?
Let's see. We got the guy from Vampire's Kiss over here.
Mm-hmm.
It's
like the hunky.
That's like 80s Cage. That's like... And then we have here, I believe this is not the Bees Cage. This is from The Wicker Man. And then, yeah, a bunch of other dudes down here. I won't put myself into an unflattering position showing you the rest of the shirt on my tummy. But, we got the guy from Kick-Ass here, Mandy, Con Air Cage. All your favorites.
Con Air Cage.
What's
your favorite Cage? I know that we have a subdoms to do, but what's your favorite Cage?
No. This is great. I think there's two categories, right? There's the like electric committed actor who does a good job, and then there's the nut who goes crazy. So two Cages, and you can't, and they're part of the same man. I think this is like a cold take, obviously, but I think of his recent films, Pig is really terrific, and it has a wild premise in that a off-the-grid weirdo gets his truffle pig stolen and has to get it back from foodies. Despite that, comedy premise, they take the movie fairly seriously, and I think it's the first time in a long time you've seen Nicolas Cage like disappear into a role, like obviously, you watch him and you're like, there's our guy going crazy.
Right.
But this, he like becomes a new guy and you kind of forget that you're watching, this dude who has become so like, over the top and iconic. And as far as like crazy nut bar goes, I don't know. You can't beat Face Off. It's just, just still a blast to watch. He's going wild. Travolta's going wild. John Woo's throwing a dove into every frame for some reason. It's a blast.
The writer-director of Pig is actually coming up on Bullseye.
Really?
In a few weeks. Yeah.
New movie coming out?
New movie coming out. I just, some years ago, I interviewed Paul Schrader, the legendary writer-director of many things, and accused bad person.
Okay.
It was before he was accused of the things that he was accused of.
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't invite him on the show now. And he's a weird maniac in general.
Sure.
And he made this movie that I don't remember the name of right now, but it was truly execrable. It was really a terrible movie. It was like him doing a bunch of stuff. He basically disclaimed it on my show.
Okay.
He's just like, they gave me 4 weeks, so I decided to do a bunch of stuff. Basically, was his argument for it. But there's a scene. It starred Willem Dafoe and Nicolas Cage, and there's a scene, and they're like maniac criminal murderers. Right. But there's just this one scene where they're going to do a maniac criminal murder, and they decide to stop for bagels. And Nicolas Cage.
Hold on. This is a bad movie, you say?
Nicolas Cage
sounds great.
So incredible.
Yeah.
In this, I mean, I guess it depends on how you feel about heavily color filtered scenes of brutal violence.
Take them or leave them.
But this scene where they just decide to stop for bagels, like Nicolas Cage is so incredible in it.
Yeah.
Like he's so brilliant. And you're like, oh, right. The reason this guy is a beloved hero is because of his genius.
Yeah.
Not just because he's a maniac, because he's an incredible performer.
Yeah.
But anyway, Bad Lieutenant Portical New Orleans is my choice.
Oh, yeah, that's a good choice. That is a
And
very
Raising
good
Arizona.
choice.
I mean, as long as we're putting out cold takes,
Yeah.
you know, Raising Arizona.
Can't beat
Nicolas
it.
Cage is a favorite
You
Nicolas
ate
Cage.
sand?
Yeah.
Remember when he says that?
He says
The
that.
guy who talks about how he ate sand?
Jordan, first of all, this
Yeah.
is the last day of the Max Fun Drive. So I think a lot of the people in this chat here are already Maximum Fun members.
I bet they are.
But if they're not, if you're in this chat and you're not yet a Maximum Fun member, I'd like to see you become a Maximum Fun member. I'd like to see you go to MaximumFun.org/joinjjgo. Because if you're enough of a freaking sicko to watch us talk about Nicolas Cage, 9 o'clock in the morning, live from our office and kitchen, respectively, I think that you're enough of a sicko to send $5 a month to Jordan Jesse Go.
You gotta be. You gotta be.
That's all I'm saying, you freaking sicko.
Some stuff's getting unlocked, Jesse. We just had a check-in chat with producer Jordan Cowling. By the way, Jordan Cowling doing a wonderful job throughout this drive. Her salary is paid for by Max Fun members. It's not just the host. It's not just microphone maintenance. There's a bunch of great folks kind of working behind the scenes to make sure the podcasts come out. Their salary is paid for by members. MaximumFun.org/join. So it's been a little slow this year. It's been a little soft, but we're creeping up there. We're hitting some goals. Our 1,000 prize got unlocked, and that is us doing an episode. There it is. A Gracie's Game Gauntlet episode about the Babe the Pig game, the much maligned, long delayed to the point where it was put on a platform it was not designed for, Babe game.
I want to clarify something
Yes.
about this goal because I talked to my daughter about it last night. She wants everyone to know that she may not call this Gracie's Game Gauntlet.
Okay.
She's not saying she won't call it Gracie's Game Gauntlet. I thought she had texted me the list, but she just has it on her notes app. But because it's a one-off episode, she's thinking of calling it the Final Gauntlet.
Okay.
Or Gracie's Last Game, something along those lines. She's been brainstorming a list of ideas. She also wants to clarify that, we are doing a new show only for members this year that is called TBW, To Be Watched.
To Be Watched.
And one of the things we're doing in this is watching things that we want to watch. For years, we've been watching things that we don't want to watch.
For the amusement of the listener.
Yeah, we liked many of the Burt Reynolds movies that we watched, but
a lot of fun.
we did the games, we did the podcasting movies, and again, like that one Godzilla movie we watched was pretty good, and Pitch Perfect 2 is not half bad. There's a lot of funny stuff in there, but. The premise of this new show is we're going to watch stuff that we've been meaning to get around to watch.
Yeah, and turn it into content. Why?
My daughter made it very clear to me that she will abandon my family if she is not included in one of these films.
Okay.
So over the course of a year, that's a dozen movies. She has announced that I will be choosing a movie that I have been meaning to watch,
right?
Because she wants me to watch it.
Okay, I like this wrinkle. I like this wrinkle a lot.
It sounds like she's leaning towards Roger Corman's remake of his own film, The Wasp Woman.
Okay, thank you, Grace. That's on my list now too.
I have seen The Wasp Woman.
The first one.
The first one. If I were to characterize it in any way, like with a single word, it would be probably boring. So boring.
Yes.
She doesn't turn into a wasp until like the last scene.
Yeah.
She barely even turns into a wasp. But I presume the one that's from like 1990 will be
More wasps. Have more wasps.
more wasp-centric. Yeah, I'm hoping for more waspery in this one. And she may choose a different film ultimately that I've been meaning to watch. She may.
Right.
She's been really interested lately in this movie called The Story of Mankind.
Okay.
It's a movie made by, I want to say his name is Irwin Allen. He was like the master of the disaster film. He like produced The Towering, and maybe directed The Towering Inferno and a bunch of movies like that. But he started by making, among other things, this historical epic that traces the story of mankind through a series of not funny 5-minute sketches, sort of History of the World Part 1 style.
But not funny.
No, not funny, but it does have all three Marx Brothers and Vincent Price in it, which has led my daughter to claim that now Vincent Price is one of the Marx Brothers. That's her premise, because he's in this movie with all three. Now, to be clear, all three Marx Brothers, this is the last film that they all appeared in. Each of them is in a different one of these sketches.
Not being funny.
No, not being funny. Groucho's kind of funny, and Harpo does his charming thing. Yeah, it's not Harpo's greatest role, nor is it Groucho's greatest role.
Okay.
But Groucho does Groucho stuff at least.
Oh, that's
Apparently they were good friends, Irwin Allen and Groucho Marx. That's how this
Fun
happened.
fact.
Anyway, it may be that she switches and says that I've been meaning to watch that, but. The point is, all you nasty freaks who love to watch us suffer, well, you're right there with my human child, who loves us very much and wants to watch us suffer. So she will make sure that we suffer at least once in the course of this year. It'll be a lot of Das Boot. I've seen Das Boot, so I don't need to see. It's not on my to be watch list, but a lot of Das Boot type films, things that we might be interested in. Yeah, there might be a story of mankind or a 1980s wasp woman. Jordan, it's the subdoms. What do we do on the subdoms?
Yes, actually, before we get off the topic of Grace torturing us, I think one more thing needs to be said. We have passed the babe line. The babe horizon has been cleared, so that's happening. We think we can get a little higher here. For 1,500, I believe, this is optimistic. For 1,500, we will unlock another Gracie's Game Gauntlet episode about a mystery game. So it'll be, some weird licensed game similar to Babe, probably. So yeah, if we can get to 1,500, that'd be great. And obviously, this is very optimistic, but if there's a world where we get past 1,800, we will do a full video in costume episode where Jesse dresses like a Kentucky Colonel and I dress like Spider-Man. So again, it's a ways off. There's another day of the drive. Who knows? But yeah, hopefully we have a flood of folks and we can make some of that happen. Yeah, MaximumFun.org/join. Okay. Yes, it's the subdoms. Jesse.
On the subdoms, we have spent the last 2 weeks covering a broad variety of subreddits, diving deep into their unique, vibrant cultures. People talk about the toxicity of Reddit.
Yes.
And is there a subreddit called r/Jesse Thorn hate? Yes, there is.
There is?
Yeah.
How many active users does it have?
This is not very active.
I'm the moderator, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm the moderator.
But
that's awful. That's awful.
There are a lot of vibrant communities, vibrant positive communities on Reddit, not just r/Maximum Fun. They occasionally lapse into extraordinary drama, but mostly they are an expression of the panoply of human passions, from sea glass to cooking food that you dreamt of last night, which is usually, as it turns out, sandwiches that have both a savory element and jam or jelly.
Okay.
Now, Jordan, you, I think, today are going to kind of give us an omnibus, a retrospective
Yeah.
of what we've covered over the last 2 weeks. Because not everyone has been here all of these 2 weeks, and it's important to... If I've learned anything from This American Life, Jordan, it's that it's important to follow anecdotes with reflection
Yes.
and a group of anecdotes with a meaning.
Yes.
So we're going to be synthesizing what we've seen over the past 2 weeks into some lessons and meanings that you can take home and apply to your own life as it relates to weirdly specific nerds on Reddit.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're just today's kind of a grab bag. We're gonna look back at a few subreddits that we've enjoyed and some stuff we've enjoyed in previous installments of this series. So yeah, I thought we'd just start with the fun post from a subreddit we talked about a few episodes ago. r/dumpsterdiving. r/dumpsterdiving. The title of this post is "I went on a first date last night and we went dumpster diving." I went on a first date last night with a guy that happened to roll up on me last week at 3:30 while I was actively in a dumpster looking for treasure. Turns out he's the quotation marks jerk who's been hitting my route and leaving me nothing but stuffed animals for weeks.
Jordan, I'm just going to interrupt you here.
Okay.
You know, so many people complain. Where are the men?
Where are the men? Well, there's
Where
a
are
male
the
loneliness epidemic. Yeah.
There's a male loneliness epidemic, but also I think if you've ever talked to a woman who's on the apps,
On the apps.
you're going to find out men are flaking out. Men are sending unsolicited dick pics. Those are the two main things that are happening. Either they're flaking out or sending unsolicited dick pics. And where can you go in real life for an old-fashioned analog romance?
Right.
The answer is jump in a dump.
Jump in a dump, and maybe some guy will roll up on you.
Yeah.
as this person writes, at 3:30 does not specify AM or PM. I think it was probably AM.
Yeah, it was probably AM.
Probably AM. We went dumpster diving on our first date last night, and it was actually one of the most fun dates I've ever had. I found 6 new with the tags 8x10 area rugs and an entire toolkit. And about 4 dozen 26-27 day planners and calendars. So, you know, if you're a dumpster diver who's like, I really got to get it together this year. I just need that day planner.
Really got to get it together to the tune of X48.
Right.
Times 48. I got to get it together times 48.
So now we're having breakfast, and I'm showing him to list our treasures on eBay. But seriously, I was planning on spending $200 on rugs for my new house next month, so this was an awesome dive. So yeah, this worked great. It's such a fun little meet cute. But something that's happening in the comments. You know, this is a cute post, but like there's some obvious comedy here, right? Like dumpster diving on a date. You know, it's a funny premise.
I think Jordan Cowling, our producer, who's in the chat right now, expressed it very well when she said, "You're in her DMs, he's in the dumpster, diving."
Right, exactly. Yes, the D could stand for dumpster. Doesn't have to stand for direct. What does the M stand for? I don't know. Something funny. So people.
I can't think, Jordan. I can't think of anything.
Yeah, we'll brainstorm later.
Yeah, I mean, all I got is Dick Maniac.
Dick Maniac. Well, then what's the D supposed to stand for dumpster, Jesse? Anyway.
Oh, Dumpster Man.
Yeah, DDMs. Dumpster Dick Maniac. There you go. Let's go to lunch.
Yeah, sure.
So people.
Let's call Chipotle. I want a bowl.
Yeah. Ooh, I gotta get a bowl. I'm cutting down on my carbs. Half rice, half lettuce, please. So people are like making jokes in the comments, and the person who posted this is just high-roading them to fucking hell. The most brutal high-roading I have maybe ever seen.
What is high roading, Jordan?
This is when, it's like if I, it's if I said like, oh, I got these great mangoes the other day. They were on sale at the Kroger, and then someone was like, oh, well, I only go to farmers markets for organic. It's like that, like, oh, interesting. Okay, well, I got these cute, socks on Amazon. Oh, well, it's that.
Yeah. This is in the menswear internet. There are dudes who will ask anyone if the shoes they got are Goodyear welted.
Okay, that I don't know what that means. That sounds like the
gonna have a hard time resoling those if they're not Goodyear welted.
Right?
What's that? A Blake Rapid?
So it's and this is something that happens on Reddit. But the person who posted this is so committed to high-roading people in the most devastating ways. And this one I thought was pretty fun / brutal. So post about the dumpster diving date. This guy comments, "What's the combined total of methamphetamine you guys used during your date?" And then the OP writes, "None. I was a drug counselor before I became disabled, and it didn't occur to me that drugs were necessary to do something different. But thanks for assuming I'm a tweaker. I'm not. And I donate the majority of what I find. But thanks, bro. Appreciate it. Don't you always assume because people are poor they're addicts? Because you're kind of a jerk, aren't you?" Fucking
Hashtag food, not bombs.
Brutal. Devastating, nuclear level high roading. And again, pretty insensitive joke of this guy to make. Poor taste, absolutely. But you kind of see where he's coming from. But and I donate, and I'm disabled. It's just, anyway.
It's the romance element, I think, that brings out the jokes. Like,
sure,
this person needs to understand that this is a dumpster diving community. Everyone there is excited to find a 4x6 area rug new with tags.
Right.
Not everyone there is DTF.
Sure.
These are dumpster divers, not muff divers, Jordan.
Yeah, dumpster diver, dumpster to fuck.
Yeah.
So yeah, but and it continues in that post. Just anyone who dares to make a joke, the OP will just get in there and talk about all of the all of the problems they've had in life. Wild. So last time we were on r/dumpster diving, we came across a poster who I think we realized did most of the posts in that subreddit. the subreddit was
most of the most amazing posts.
Yeah, sure.
It's
an active subreddit, but yeah,
this is the man in the hat, right?
This is our boy King of Zdom. King of Zdom. And
do we know what Zdom is, by the way?
Do not. Something bad? Maybe.
It seems like it would be like kratom, that sort of like heroin you can buy at the gas station.
Well, I have another post from King of Zdom, which actually might offer some insight. I maybe have a guess. So I think we were like, we got to see what else this guy is posting. I bet it's wild. What other subs is he posting in? So yeah, I looked at King of Zdom's post history, and wouldn't you know it? Surprise, surprise. King of Zdom is an active poster in r/zombie survival tactics.
Is he a poster in any other 2005 themed subreddit?
Yeah. r/Mumford and Sons.
Yeah.
So yeah, this and I think we've established that our boy Zdom likes to get a little high on occasion. I don't think that'll surprise anybody.
I think the first photograph of him we saw established that. Mm-hmm. There was no drugs or paraphernalia in the photograph. We just had to get one good look at him.
Oh, right. This is him in like a knitted hat, looking kind of squinty. So he has that stoner thing of like earnestly preparing for zombies, like you think it's gonna happen. Weirdly, that's something that stoners do in mass. Very strange. But this is King of Zdom posting on a thread about kind of what skills you would bring to the table during this zombie apocalypse, which people are earnestly preparing for some reason. King of Zdom writes, I'm an off-the-grid survivalist with a focus on desert survival.
I forgot that we forgot to mention he lives in the wilderness.
We
King
of
learned
Zdom,
that last time that he lives in the wilderness.
So, but apparently his focus is on desert survival.
Yeah.
I lived off the grid in the mountains with the basic tools and basically no money for about 2 years. I'm an amateur chemist, know enough about electricity to build and maintain a small-scale solar energy grid, can make low-quality alcohol pretty easily, never tried distilling, but I know how to do it in theory. I've done a lot of urban exploration. I can pick locks and have an uncanny ability to detect when the floor won't be able to support my weight, making me an ideal scavenger. I have an uncanny ability to detect when the floor won't be able to support my weight. How do you test that? I guess you just walk on rickety floors and... Anyway.
Look, obviously, all bodies are beautiful.
All bodies are beautiful.
And I mean that sincerely. This is not, what I'm about to say is not about judging. Mm-hmm. But he sounds like Fat Spider-Man.
Sure. and that actually, we'll get into that in the coming sentences.
Now, I've seen him. He looks like Hungry Spider-Man.
Sure.
Because of the munchies. So let's recap his skills. Basic solar grid.
Yeah, amateur chemist. He has never tried to distill, but assumes he can do it.
What would you say amateur chemist is just making drugs?
I think so, yeah. Turning Sudafed into something.
Yeah. It's like I'm good with cocaine and baking soda.
Right. And yeah, I like this stoner thing of like, I've never done this, but I could probably do it. Do that.
That was the one that really caught me. I can make low quality alcohol.
Yeah.
Does that just mean he can let things rot?
I guess, yeah. I can put fruit in a toilet and leave it there until it becomes alcohol. Yeah, boy, I would not put anything in my mouth that this guy made. He seems fucking awesome, but
one time when I was in middle school, my science project was making alcohol, like fuel alcohol from garbage. Mm-hmm. And it was a classic example of me wanting to do something for the science fair that was not just some shit out of a science fair book.
Uh-huh.
And like some real like gifted child, if I can't do something that matters, why am I doing it? Uh-huh. But then I just got no help from anyone. Uh-huh. Another classic thing in my household would be like my parents thinking I should do something really complicated, but not helping me with my homework. Mm-hmm. And so it was such a failure. Mm-hmm. It was such a failure. And then my friend Java won the science fair with a thing where she just like put a survey on some postcards and sprinkled them around San Francisco and then calculated what got mailed back to her.
Yeah, it's pretty clever.
Whatever. So you're on Java's side?
Sounds like a cool experiment. Yeah, it sounds like, she took some initiative and, got out there in the community. That's fun.
You probably think she's cool because she does Doctors Without Borders now.
Oh, that is cool. Oh, wait, were you high-roading me? You were high-roading me on her behalf.
I don't know. I don't know whether I was high-roading. I don't really. Look, I'm a man of the people. I'm West Virginia country roading.
Right. Yes, exactly. Okay. Back to Z-Doms. And maybe Z-Dom is like zombie domination. That's what I thought because he's so active in this zombie shit.
I have one question about country roads.
Yeah.
Do you think that when like the president and the vice president are going to their secret bunker, they listen to Country Roads
Oh yeah, maybe.
since it's in West Virginia?
I didn't know is that where the bunker is when the shit goes down? Huh. I thought it was at the Denver airport.
No. That's where they lose your luggage.
Okay, hold on. Hold
Hi,
on.
I'm a local news anchor from 1998.
Okay, so his to recap some of his abilities, making low quality alcohol. He has the uncanny ability to detect when the floor won't be able to support my weight. I'm not in the best shape right now. I'm like 7 out of 10. I'm not out of shape either. So I think we've seen this photo of this guy and we could agree he's a 7 out of 10. And at my peak, I could do some basic parkour type stuff like climbing up walls and stuff.
Jordan?
Yeah.
I want to agree with you that he's a 7 out of 10. Mm-hmm. And I think my standard for 7 out of 10 is, having seen a picture of this guy,
Yeah.
I would suck his dick if I lived in the wilderness. Go ahead.
He's a wilderness 10.
Yeah.
Maybe LA 5, Chicago 7, wilderness 10.
Yeah.
At my peak, I could do some basic parkour type stuff like climbing up walls and stuff. Combine that with my excellent, EXELENT, dark vision, and I can navigate an infested city with relative safety by sticking to the shadows and always being aware of where the nearest thing I can climb to lose any infected pursuers.
Jordan, you know who has the most excellent dark vision? Zack Snyder.
That's true. Because of how dark his films are.
Yeah, his vision is for
And thematically,
cinema.
too. Thematically dark and also actually dark.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was just a great post by King of ZDom, King of Zombie Domination is what I'm choosing to call him. But yeah, I love the like stoner self-aggrandizing here, and like, yeah, I could fucking do it. I could see in the dark. I could make alcohol. I love that. And
You
again,
know what?
Probably can't do any of this.
I have one more thing to say about Country Roads.
Yeah,
This is a fucking great song. Isn't it a great song?
it is. It's awesome. So everybody likes it so much.
Everybody likes it so much because of what a beautiful fucking song it is.
It is. It's terrific.
What about Toots and the Maytals version? Is incredible.
It's terrific.
Ray Charles's version, incredible.
Yeah.
Like 75,000 people recorded it. They're all great.
Yeah. Agreed.
That's all. It's just I'm just
Very good
a
song.
shout out to one of those perfect songs, you know.
Well, yeah. Let's see. We got a lot of other fun stuff on here. Maybe we'll do one or two from each of these next ones. Yeah. This we got to look at today's Heathcliff, right? We gotta from r/.
We got to check
Heathcliff.
out today's Heathcliff. I'm going to mention we're
JK,
going to be.
yeah, it's in the. I just want to let JK know it's in the doc. So yeah, be prepared to bring that up. But Jesse, go ahead.
I just want to mention I will be live streaming with Hodgman at 1 p.m.
Okay.
Will he be live streaming from Paul F. Tompkins' backyard? We'll find out.
Okay.
And this evening at 7 p.m. Pacific time, 10 p.m. Eastern time is the Max Fun Drive finale show. You're going to be on that show, Jordan,
Oh yeah.
with Emily Fleming, your co-host on Free with Ads. John and I are going to be hosting, as Judge John Hodgman and bailiff Jesse Thorn. We will be deciding the conflicts, judging the conflicts of Max Fun hosts, and those on the comments.
Okay.
Janet Varney's going to help us with that. So make sure that you hit that notify button, mark your calendar on the Max Fun YouTube page. Okay, Jordan, we're getting into today's Heathcliff.
JK, can you bring up the most recent r/Heathcliff post? I believe it's the top one there. Okay. We got to go full screen on this bad boy. It's Heathcliff. He's walking with a bunch of robots, and the neighbors are saying he's got a loyal following of teenage robots. So that's...
This is like a barely legal thing.
I don't know. Why are they teenage? Yeah, like if they were drawn as teenagers somehow, if they had like skateboards or something, this would kind of approach something that makes sense. It's just this robot that you see in Like I think the
He
guy
draws that robot a lot.
right, and these don't look any more or less teenage than the other one. Anyway, just another beautiful, baffling Heathcliff. Like, actually, let's look at. I have one below this, and I almost like. I think this is an example of one that comes so close to joke, comes so close to something that would just be normal. JK, can we bring up the one below that, please? Okay, so it's Heathcliff, and he's outside of a dog run, and a guy is walking in with his dog. Heathcliff is sitting at a kind of a loosey, a therapy stand. It says likes, but he's giving the dog a thumbs down.
And it has a picture of the thumbs up from Facebook.
Yeah.
That's the Facebook like thumbs up.
And then the guy with the dog is saying, that bothers me. So, okay. This is so close to a joke. Like if the idea was that if the guy was saying, looks like he's internet trolling, but in real life or something. Like that kind of makes sense of right? Like what if the internet troll was just standing there at a booth doing this in person? Like that's this makes sense. Like there's a logic to this. Anyway.
Here's a concern that I have.
Okay.
It looks like the dogs are in a greenhouse of some kind.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's just art style issues.
Yeah. Okay, I posted in the chat. I think the teenage robot one brought to mind one of my favorites. Mm-hmm. So Dimitri from Eurovangelists co-hosted the Judge John Hodgman stream with me yesterday, and he had never seen Heathcliff. This is one of the ones that I showed him. And in this one, I think what's powerful about this one is that it speaks to our situation right now as creative people. One of the reasons we need people to go to MaximumFun.org/join and upgrade their memberships or join Max Fun. And it also speaks to a creator who I think really likes to draw a picture of a robot.
Mm-hmm. True.
In Peter Gallagher.
So it's Heathcliff and his owner, and they're watching a robot and a robot cat, and he's saying, "We're all being replaced, kid." But I see this is a joke. This is maybe the most coherent Heathcliff ever from this new era, from the Gallagher era. This is the most clear joke he's ever made. I mean, automation is coming for us all, even Heathcliff, and now there's a Heathcliff robot. This is crystal clear. This is no ham limit. This is not what we want from Peter Gallagher.
But there's a darkness to it, Jordan.
Right. But I understand it. That's what I'm getting. I think you should be wearing helmets that say the, and then the guy is saying it's almost Christmas. Anyway.
I just think it speaks to Peter Gallagher's, if I may.
Yes.
Dark vision.
Right. Exactly. He's the Zack Snyder of Sunday comics in many ways.
Well, the Z-Dom of...
Right. Release the Gallagher cut. They should let Peter Gallagher, the current Heathcliff artist, make a season of what he thinks the Heathcliff cartoon should be. They should put it on Adult Swim and then make all money.
Yeah,
now
collect all the money.
Now that Smiling Friends is going away, stoned teenagers need something that doesn't make sense to laugh at. It's time for Gallagher's Heathcliff.
What was that guy's name? Kratom Z-Dom?
Z-Dom?
Yeah. What was his full name?
I don't the poster. I think it stands for
poster.
Zombie Dominator.
Yeah. So my thought is, as long as we're making money in show business,
right?
Let's get him on board to write a screenplay. I mean, he already knows how to build a basic electric grid, so he probably can run a computer.
Yeah, sure. Learn how to use Final Draft.
Let's get him Final Draft, and let's get him to draft up for us a Zomdom rom-com.
Zomdom rom-com. Jesse, we can call Netflix, get Ali Wong on the line, Get some
We can
hunk.
call Ali Wong as long as she still has that Yahoo email address she had 10 years ago.
Maybe.
She might. She's been on Jordan Jesse Go. It was a long time ago. She's famous now.
Yes.
I have no reason to believe she's not the greatest still. What a great lady.
So
Haven't seen her in a while.
and she's doing great.
She's got kids. She's busy.
So that was today's Heathcliff.
Jordan, remember when Allie's act had that thing about wearing Uggs? And she's like, I know you think they're ugly. I don't care. It's like I'm putting my feet in a Care Bear's pussy.
Solid joke.
Think about that whenever I see somebody wearing Uggs. It's like put my feet in a Care Bear's pussy.
These next posts are from a subreddit that we have not talked about in a minute, but I think has provided a lot of fun for us. This is r/LinkedIn lunatics. And this is a sub where people find the wildest, thirstiest, most psychotic posts from LinkedIn, the job search website. And yeah, a lot of people just use LinkedIn like you would use a normal social network, or just kind of use it to like brand build. And that's where some of this fucking insanity comes from. JK, can you bring up the first post here I have under LinkedIn lunatics? This post, I'll just read this. So the photo is kind of a dad type. Maybe looks a little bit like Lou Diamond Phillips from far away.
Does look a little like Lou Diamond Phillips, yeah. Who, by the way, if you're wondering, Filipino.
Oh,
I feel like a lot of people search the internet for what is Lou Diamond Phillips' ethnicity. Right. He's Pinoy.
And an intergenerational hunk too. Like he was a hunk in the 80s, he's still just fucking hunking it up to this day.
This guy's gorgeous, yeah.
So this guy's not Lou Diamond Phillips. This is Ian Mann, TEP. He's a disputes lawyer from the Cayman Islands.
First of all, TEP is not a title.
What?
I don't
even know what
TEP
it stands for. I don't know.
Yeah, okay, let's see. Title, TEP. What does that mean? Trust and Estate Practitioners. Trust and Estate Practitioners. Okay.
So this guy's job is, in theory, a state law, helping people,
This guy's a professional. I mean, he lives in the Cayman Islands. 100% this guy is a professional tax cheat.
Absolutely.
This is someone who helps rich people cheat on their taxes.
So here's his post. So he's standing in a fitting room.
Hold on, Jordan. Oh, yeah. I have one more thing to say about him.
Sure.
Just to demonstrate what a maniac he is. Mm-hmm. His phone battery's at 4%.
Oh, so I think this is the post from the person who posted it to LinkedIn or to the subreddit.
Oh, who saw it on LinkedIn? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that person's a maniac too. Then.
Yeah. But yes, absolutely. Just maniac recognize maniac. Mm-hmm. This is Ian Mann's post. So the photo is him in like a department store fitting room, doing like a tongue out pose in front of the mirror. The post says, I have not worn jeans since 2008. I am not entirely sure why. When I arrived in the BVI, I found them too hot. I just reverted to chino.
Would be British Virgin Islands, I guess.
Probably, yeah. I found them too hot. I reverted to chinos or cotton trousers. The years passed, and I realized it had been 18 years since I last wore jeans, the exact age of the shop assistant who helped me with my purchase. Here's me in my new Levi's 501s. I am totally freaked out. Any tips on how to wear these gracefully? Received. This guy wants tips on how to wear jeans? Anyway.
I mean, there's a few options.
Uh-huh.
Depending on what the waist is, you could sort of put the waist around here, and then the legs go down here, and then you kind of look like that one Star Wars guy.
Oh, sure, yeah. Have little so the legs would be like head tentacles or something.
Yeah, like the head tentacles. You could put the long holes. Mm-hmm. Some people would call them the legs, but obviously we're thinking out of the box here. Mm-hmm. The long holes on the jeans, you could put them on your arms and then go like this.
You could.
That would be like if you're into Zomdom play.
If you're into Zomdom, then that's how you could wear your jeans. So yeah, LinkedIn is full of people who haven't worn jeans since 2008 and are just confused. What do I do? How do I wear these? What do I do? Help me. Okay, we're running along here. We're almost to the end of the hour.
Look, it's the last day of the Max Fun Drive. We're doing what join us at MaximumFun.org/join.
Join
How about
us.
that?
Join
We'll run
us.
long. We don't give a shit.
Let's finish out.
Jordan, what am I doing that's so great?
I don't know. Just
Going for a little walk.
Just living life, man.
Yeah.
Just let's finish out with a couple of posts from a subreddit that I think has brought us all a lot of joy over the years. This is, of course, r/Dank Christian Memes.
One of the greatest of all time.
Christian Memes. This is a place.
Talk about a throat goat. Every time I say dank Christian memes, I feel like I'm the throat goat because my throat feels so good from saying such a wonderful phrase.
Yes, these are Christian memes, and I think it's important to note. I've spent a lot of time on this subreddit, and I think that in general, it's a place with pretty good politics. I think you would maybe be worried about a site called Dank Christian Memes and the opinions of the people who post there, but I think it is a lot of like progressive Christians who, you know, are maybe mad at politicians for using the Bible to commit horrors. So it's a lot of stuff like that. So it is a fun place to hang out because I have not seen any awful people using memes to say awful things. It's usually kind of fun and funny, and the politics are pretty good as far as I can tell. But again, I don't understand a lot of it, so you know.
And you grew up going to you grew up going to non-denominational, large-scale Christian churches of various kinds in Orange County, the epicenter of that culture.
But I think something about Dank Christian Memes is that it is largely from the perspective of people with a very specific brand of Christianity. It is not. There's not a lot of just general love thy neighbor stuff. It's a lot of like. And this will prove it.
Okay.
JK, can we bring up the first Dank Christian meme here? Okay, so this is, I believe, Michael Caine. I cannot identify from which film this is.
I think that's Michael Caine.
Michael Caine, as Dan McCoy would say, Michael Caine. In the first
there are only two things I hate in this world. People who are intolerant of other people's cultures and the Amalekites.
That's
Fucking
burnt.
You burnt.
Yeah, burnt. Amalekites. I did have to look that up, and they were.
Oh,
like
Jordan, you're running through the forest. You're running through the forest.
Oh no, I'm too high for this. So okay, I did look up the Amalekites. Someone in the comments, DJ Group Math is saying, just did a gift membership, and I do love thy neighbor. What a Christian thing to do, DJ Group Math. You can give gift memberships if you want to help out Max Fun, if you want to help out somebody who maybe wants to enjoy our bonus content but doesn't have the cash right now. MaximumFun.org/join. Is that where they can figure out the gift stuff from there, Jesse?
I also want to give a shout out to the Super Mikey, who is not only a longtime Max Funter, but also correctly identified that this meme is not just dank. It's diggity dank.
Diggity dank.
That's the highest compliment that Manny the hippie, that guy who was on Letterman for a little while before he went to jail, can offer. Diggity dank, and of course, the worst thing you could be, wiggity whack.
Wiggity whack. That was a fun period in Letterman. JK, we can skip this Wikipedia entry that I had there for my own use, and we can go right to the final dank Christian meme. And I will say this is one of the dankest Christian memes I have ever seen. JK, can we throw this up on the screen? So it's an interviewer talking to Henry Cavill. And he is asking, Doubting Thomas or Saint Thomas? And Henry Cavill responds with some dead language.
Yeah, possibly Aramaic.
Okay, does anyone in the chat get this? What is this? I looked at the comments and could not figure it out. People seem to know what it means. I don't. I've racked
Did you
my
know
brain.
we have a Max Funster, longtime Max Funster named Joe. He teaches classics at Columbia. He helped translate. You know how in the intro segment of John Oliver's show, there's a bunch of shit written in Latin?
Oh, yeah.
He helped translate that shit into Latin.
Yeah.
I feel like Joe would know how to.
Help us, Joe. What is this?
Joe, if you're out there and you read Aramaic.
Yeah, so there you go. So Henry Cavill talking in Aramaic, I guess, or something.
Greeks. Everyone's saying it's Greek. Everyone's saying it's ancient Greek. By the way, don't actually us.
Thank you.
About whether it's Greek or Aramaic.
Don't spoil our fun. Don't.
If you're Greek out there, can I just say, whether it's Greek or Aramaic, Jordan, it's all Greek to me.
There you go. Thanks, Dad. Thanks.
Konigfloof. God bless you, Konigfloof. Konigfloof says it's the Greek rendering of the name Thomas.
Okay. So is the joke here that Henry Cavill is so pure? And I think I kind of sort of remember this meme, and it's something where he something that people really like about Henry Cavill is that he builds gaming PCs.
Oh.
And then so I think the idea is that he's in all these nerd franchises, but he fucking walks the walk, you know?
Like Vin Diesel.
Yeah, exactly. Like how Vin Diesel has, wrote a foreword to a D&D manual and has D&D tattoos and stuff like that. Yeah, I think it's exactly kind of that. And maybe my memory of this meme is it's him kind of high-roading this interviewer when he talks about what game console he likes. He's like, I build gaming PCs, which is a kind of gamer you'll see out in the wild of like, oh, you have a Nintendo Switch? I built my own gaming PC. So I think that's where this meme comes from, and I maybe the joke here is that he's such a Christian, he's such a old school Christian. He reads it in the original Greek, maybe.
Didymos is how you say it in Greek, according to Captain Bree.
Didymos. Oh yeah, so that's today's subreddits. Just to look back at some of our favorites. Jesse, do we have any final messaging for the folks before we go into tonight's other live streams and the drive finale?
We're up to 1,090 new and upgrading members. Thank you so much to every single one of you. You're the greatest. Today, of course, is the final day. So if you're already a member, of course, you can upgrade or get a gift membership. Beyond that, today is the day to go on your social media and share why you love Max Fun, why you love Jordan Jesse Go, if you love Jordan Jesse Go.
Bless you.
Excuse me. If you have to sneeze, just let it go. Just let it out.
Let it go, man. Don't hold it in.
And you know what? Once this drive is done, I'm going to treat myself to one of Halfway Hector's Hot Raz Slammers.
What's that?
That's just a sandwich that someone dreamed.
Oh, yeah. So, and keep it here on Max on to Jordan Jesse Go. We're gonna be doing some of the cool stuff that we unlocked. We're gonna.
Someone wrote ham limit in Greek.
Oh, JK, throw that up on the screen, please.
Put it on the screen. Put it on the screen.
Let's see it. There it is. That's ham limit in Greek. Someone translate every Heathcliff into Greek, please. Maybe it'll make more sense. I don't know. Yeah, thanks to everybody who's been watching and all this stuff that folks are doing over the drive, all this special stuff. This is all archived over there on YouTube. So if you missed the subdom, if you want to just go back and relive the magic, they're all in there on the Max Fun YouTube channel. Oh, last night I did a very fun trivia off with Emily Fleming and Hal from We Got This. I believe that is archived over on the We Got This YouTube channel, so check that out. That was a ton of fun. the great. It was a great time.
How could
Hal
you not
Lublin.
have fun with Hal Lublin and Emily Fleming?
We had a blast. Tons of fun trivia. You can check that out on the We Got This YouTube channel, and and all the other stuff we got going on. Check it out. Relive the magic. MaximumFun.org/join.
And we will see you at 1 o'clock for Judge John Hodgman. We will see you at 7 p.m. for the Max Fun finale program.
Yes.
In conclusion, Jordan, you're running through the woods. You're running through the woods.
Shirts up.
You're running through
Shirts
the woods.
up.
You're running saying things that happened before.
Other stuff we've said on the show.
Zom-dum rom-com.
Dum. Help. Wario.
We love you. Good night.
Goodbye. Oh, hey, Jordan Cowling on screen with the kitty cat.
Cat, one-eyed cat, one-eyed cat, one-eyed cat. Stay pressed.
There. Yeah. Thank you. Goodbye.
I'll hug you and kiss you and love you.
Love you.
Love you. Love you.
Love you.